Please welcome to the stage Pluralsight co-founder and CEO Aaron Skonnard.
Thank you. Welcome. Wow. Feels good to be together in the same room. Human energy. Yeah. Feels good. Feels good to be together again. It's so great to be with all you. Thank you for flying to Utah, joining us for 2 days of knowledge sharing, problem solving, inspiration, and maybe even a little therapy. It's been a challenging year, hasn't it? Every industry has faced obstacles with rising inflation, interest rates, and in that climate, we've all had to focus on our spending. Most of us have had to adapt to smaller budgets, but with the same mandate to drive innovation and create value for our customers. So we have less money, but are expected to do the same, if not more. And through all of this, technology was already moving at a staggering pace, wasn't it? But then, seemingly out of nowhere, a new arrival showed up. A new way to accelerate innovation hit our board meetings, our investor calls, our news and social feeds. ChatGPT and generative AI hit the scene and then changed everything. It was just last November that ChatGPT launched its first demo. Can you believe it hasn't even been a year? And since then, we've seen Gen AI solutions rise from startups to the biggest enterprises, from Bard to Claude to OpenAI, Bedrock, and more. Gen AI's ability to completely transform how we work, how we educate and learn, and how our teams develop isn't just unprecedented. It's difficult to even comprehend. In fact, the word disruptive doesn't do justice to the potential impact of Gen AI in the future. We're on the frontier. Ahead of us is a new world of possibilities, new ways of solving problems, and also new ways of serving all of our customers better. It's super exciting, right? But it's also a little intimidating. Because in a time when we're all talking about artificial intelligence, it's actually human intelligence that will unlock the full potential of AI. That's where we have to start. It's the humans that we serve. They're the ones who will harness technology and AI to bring innovation to every market across every industry. So to borrow some language from Gen AI, we here at Pluralsight are here to help you prompt the next wave of innovation by unlocking the greater potential of human intelligence. And we're going to do that in 3 ways. First, we're helping you close the AI skills gap. 2, we're making learning easier by bringing it into the flow of work. And 3, we're giving you the tools to help you better understand what your people know and what they can do. And we believe all 3 of these investment areas will powerfully transform the future of tech learning. So let's dive into each of these 3 areas in a bit more detail. First, let's talk about closing the AI skills gap. The acceleration of Gen AI has awakened fresh fear in all of our teams and all of our people about technology replacing jobs. Forbes found that 77% of people are concerned right now that AI could bring about job losses in the imminent future. And amongst developers specifically, 45% of developers exhibit worry, anxiety, and fear about their ability to succeed in this new era of rapid Gen AI development. Your people need to understand how they fit in alongside AI to prevent them from losing morale or taking their talent elsewhere out of fear. At the same time, organizations everywhere are exploring how to leverage AI to reap all of its benefits, from automating processes to cutting costs to innovating new customer experiences. And there's this sense of urgency in all of us. How do we use AI to stay competitive before someone else beats us to the punch? Any of you feel that? Artificial intelligence, like any technology, still relies on human intelligence. So here's the secret. If you want to get the most out of AI, you need people with the skills to leverage that technology and who have the other skills you need important to your business. It's those people who will understand the benefits that AI can bring and ultimately unlock them for your organization within their functions. But are your people prepared to unlock that potential right now, today? Probably not. We found that 81% of technologists today feel confident that they'll be able to integrate AI into their roles in the future, which is great news. But unfortunately, only 12% of those same technologists feel they have adequate experience working with AI right now. So to get the most out of AI, you have to invest in your people first, right now. While we're all scrambling to capitalize on the opportunities of AI, it's that human intelligence that will be the foundation for the outcomes we're all dreaming of. It's human intelligence that will use AI to differentiate your organization, drive the real use cases right in front of you, and uncover the transformative business applications of tomorrow. So our goals around Gen AI are twofold. One, to help you and your teams get the AI skills they need to reach your goals right now. And two, to use AI to improve your experience in our platform at Pluralsight. We're working on both. AI is indeed moving fast, and we're moving fast with it. You can count on that. You'll continue to see AI content on our platform straight from the experts you know and love. We currently have over 500 courses on AI, machine learning, and data science, with a new course on Gen AI being released almost every other day. These courses cover everything from prompt engineering to data science to integrating AI with cloud services and more. They span fundamentals and core concepts, and they're comprehensive of AI and all the cloud vendors. We also have over 100 labs, exams, and other hands-on experiences around AI. So whether you need to create basic fluency or you need to drive deep understanding and mastery, we have the solution at Pluralsight. Beyond content, we're also deep in R&D creating improvements to our platform that leverage AI. From giving your learners sandboxes to practice their AI skills in a risk-free way, to using AI to hyper-personalize the learning experience based on the outcomes both individuals and businesses need. We're excited to share more about all of this in our product keynote coming up next. Okay, now let's talk about our second investment area, how we're making learning easier by bringing it into the flow of work. The advent of Gen AI and the shifting needs of technologists require us to think more deeply about the fundamental learning experience we've all been enjoying for the last decade or more, which hasn't really changed that much. Many learning solutions, I would say most, require you to go to the learning. It doesn't come to you. It doesn't show up in your natural flow of work. So when your technologists need to learn something on the fly in the job, what happens is they need to break out of their work and go to the learning. They have to hope it's the right learning, which often means sifting through thousands of courses, searching, browsing to get to that learning. Then they have to engage with the learning and then go back into their flow of work and pick up where they left off. And there's a ton of friction in that process. And for leaders, the friction isn't much better. You have to design programs that get your people to the right learning, but ultimately, they still have to break out of the flow of work, that same disconnected experience. All of that needs to change, and Gen AI can help. The solution is to bring learning directly to your teams within the flow of work, right in the context of their work. Learning should become more of a conversation where content is the answer to specific questions and needs that arise in the work. So our learning solutions need to embrace that conversational, contextual modality and experience. And there are many possibilities for what this kind of learning experience looks like, from APIs to plugging into Slack, Teams, Copilot, or any of your favorite enterprise applications. And over the next year, we'll be working hard to bring many of these possibilities to life. But one way we're bringing learning to you right now in the flow of work is through our new partnership with Korn Ferry. Named by Forbes as America's best recruiting firm, and as one of the world's largest and best management consulting firms, Korn Ferry helps organizations around the globe close their potential gap between where they are now and where they need to be. I want to tell you more about this partnership, so please join me in welcoming to the stage Korn Ferry's Matthias Herzog, president of their global technology, communication, and media practice, who also serves as president of Korn Ferry Digital and a member of the firm's global leadership team. Matthias, come on out. Matthias, thank you for joining us.
Aaron, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
No, it's our pleasure. It's always good to meet on stage like this in the hot seat. Let's start by talking a little bit about Korn Ferry. Some in our audience may or may not be familiar with the company. So why don't you take a minute to just introduce Korn Ferry?
Happy to. Aaron, first of all, thanks for having me. Great to be here with you and with the audience today. I'll give you a quick intro on Korn Ferry, global organization, consulting and talent solutions firm. We work with our clients to design optimal organization structures, roles, responsibilities, and we also help our clients hire the right people and advise them on designing reward structures to motivate the workforce. We also develop professionals as they navigate through their careers, and we accomplish this via a number of our businesses at Korn Ferry. Right? We have our executive search business, talent acquisition, organization consulting, and then our talent products and solutions business.
I think Korn Ferry is known for having the biggest Rolodex of CEOs, CIOs, CTOs on the planet, isn't that right?
That is not an overstatement.
So I love how aligned our missions are. Matthias, what's your perspective on this partnership and the opportunity it creates?
Happy to talk about that. Well, first of all, thanks for the partnership. Right? We at Korn Ferry, we're super excited about what we can do together and the impact that this partnership is going to have for our clients. The opportunity is really significant. At Korn Ferry, we've developed research-based success profiles, and we've been doing this for many, many years. And what these success profiles do is they define the characteristics that correlate to performance in a given role, right? So really, really important to understand that correlation. Through our partnership, right, your customers will now have the ability to assess and develop against our industry-leading competency framework, against these success profiles. And what we're after together here is really the development of the whole person, right? The whole technologist, the hard skills, the soft skills, the competencies, the drivers that are required to be successful in a given role. The partnership also provides your customers, our customers, the ability to normalize roles into a job architecture. And we believe that this is really foundational to career pathing and talent mobility, right? Because it provides the context for talent development. At Korn Ferry, we've built models, right, to map an organization's roles to success profiles, right, using AI, machine learning, and this now gives talent leaders, technology leaders, the insights that they need to build and evolve high-impact technology organizations. As we've worked together here over the past, recent past, right, we found that we actually have a lot of clients in common, many of our clients in the audience. And a lot of our clients are using the Korn Ferry offerings already for talent development, talent acquisition, talent management. What this partnership now allows us to do is to deliver much more targeted solutions that take the development of technologists to another level. So super excited about it.
So you have this world-leading job framework. I can't tell you how many customers I've visited who are struggling with defining their job architectures and job families. So you have a way to simplify all that for our customers. And then you have the soft skill data, and now we're bringing Pluralsight's hard skill data for the tech skills into that solution to better serve the overall job experience, like the career development experience for these individuals, which is awesome. So the mission, which I love, your mission is to help individuals and companies exceed their potential. How will this partnership help our customers accomplish that?
Great question, and I'm glad you're asking this, right? So when we think about the mission for Korn Ferry, it's really it's about helping organizations and individuals be more than, right? Really achieve and progress. The way we think about this partnership is it's impactful to your customers in a number of ways. First, it's about ensuring the organization, your organization, right, is a destination for talent. And we believe that this can be achieved by offering a differentiated experience, right, for employee development. Secondly, it's about understanding the evolving needs of the organization and creating these very targeted, specific pathways for upskilling and reskilling. And lastly, it's about talent mobility and retention, right? So technologists, they want to contribute, they want to grow in meaningful ways, advance in their careers, and our partnership sets our customers up to accomplish that.
That's awesome. So beyond the integration that we're building between the products, how can leaders in the audience make learning a more seamless part of the work experience?
Great question. So we think that leaders need to make continuous learning really a business imperative, right? This is not a one-and-done kind of thing. So it has to be continuous. And what we're still finding is that too often learning is sort of this one-time event, right? It's discussed as part of an annual performance review, and nobody really gets too excited about that, right? So it has to change. What we think leaders need to do is talk about learning in the context of strategic initiatives, digital initiatives, technology initiatives. They need to think about learning and guide employees towards learning in the context of an ever-evolving technology landscape, right? And so that's really important. But it's also on employees, right? Employees need to see learning as critical, right, to how they contribute to the success of an organization. And so it's really everybody's business.
So it really needs to become strategic in the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a very similar theme that we talk about a lot with our customers. So we can't finish this conversation without talking about Gen AI. what's your view on Gen AI? How is it impacting your space, and where do you see it heading?
No conversation without touching on Gen AI. So definitely happy to give a couple of seconds on it. It's game changing, right? We view this as super critical for us at Korn Ferry, and we're investing pretty significantly in it. At Korn Ferry, we assess thousands of professionals every year, and we have organizational data that we collect from over 30,000 clients on an annual basis. What we're doing with Gen AI is we analyze these data sets, and we deliver a richer set of actionable insights to our clients. And I gave an example earlier, right, that is relevant for this conversation, our partnership as well, right? So we're leveraging Gen AI to normalize thousands and thousands of job titles into a coherent job architecture, which we believe is quite foundational.
I can't wait to see what you do with it. Matthias, thank you so much for joining us. I'm super excited about the value this partnership is going to bring to all of our shared customers. And again, thank you for being here with us in Utah.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you. I can't say enough good things about the importance of our relationships with organizations like Korn Ferry to help bring Pluralsight directly into the flow of work. And you can expect to see more exciting partnerships like this one from us in the future. Okay, now let's shift our attention to our third investment area, where we're building new capabilities to help you understand your teams even more deeply, both in terms of what they know and what they can do right now. Without that knowledge, you'll be slower to innovate and deliver products and solutions. You'll waste valuable resources, and you'll miss opportunities to empower your people to grow and develop, which could cause you to lose your most valuable talent over time. And a spreadsheet or other manual methods of tracking that data just won't cut it. That's how most companies do it today. Especially with AI likely to bring an oversaturation of content, you need reliable data on what your people know and what they can do to drive a more effective and targeted learning experience over time. Our first solutions to this problem were our Skill IQ and Role IQ capabilities, which many of you know and use today. With Skill and Role IQ, learners take assessments to measure proficiency in specific skill areas or roles. And then the data from those assessments informs both personalized learning journeys for individuals, and it also enables leaders to build skill inventories across the entire team or organization. And that's a great start. Skill IQ has provided transformational insights to many of our customers, but it still requires work to get the data. It requires a push. It requires individuals taking tests. And that data is only a part of a technologist's full career story. So we dove into researching how to get leaders the insights they need to more comprehensively understand their teams with as little friction and work as possible. We spent the past year researching a simple question. Can we identify tech skills through code commit data by observing developers' work? And the answer is a resounding yes. Yes, we can. We can tag code commits with skill categories from our skill taxonomy to identify the skills developers are using every day in their real work. And that result is fulfilling one of the many possibilities we envisioned when we first acquired GitPrime and created Pluralsight Flow. That we could leverage engineering workflow analytics to complement and augment skill building. So now, today, we're taking those research results into a new solution that makes it easier than ever to understand your org's proficiencies, competencies, and gaps. And we're doing it in a way that requires little to no additional action from your teams. And with that data acquired through both skills and flow, we're going to aggregate signals across code commits, learning experiences, skill assessments, and third-party integrations to give you a comprehensive view of competency. So you can identify the right people to build specialized teams, to identify coaching and growth opportunities, and much, much more. Ultimately, we're giving you the data to make better tech talent decisions, to provide that tech operating system, and to empower your people to reach and exceed their full potential. Because closing the gap between what your technologists know and what they need to be able to do starts with you knowing their capabilities today. We'll also give you more details on this exciting new innovation in just a few minutes. Unlocking the potential of human intelligence really captures what Pluralsight has always aspired to do. We aim to upskill your teams in the most relevant technologies to bring data and learning together to empower your people to reach and exceed their potential and to make learning as easy and beneficial as possible. I'll conclude with an invitation. Consider how you can unlock the full potential of human intelligence at your organization today. Consider how you can embrace your people even more and empower them with AI. Let's make it a superpower. Better solutions, better customer experiences, and better teams will come from better learning and better insights. Give your people the skills they need for the exciting new projects that will drive your organization into these new frontiers and enable you to adapt to whatever comes next down the road. And my commitment to you is that Pluralsight will be your trusted partner throughout that entire journey. Thank you. Thank you.